So I've just discovered a new thing that I can do, and this is just by necessity, and I'm really surprised that I haven't seen this as an exercise that's been given to people with back issues and people with hip issues. There may be a reason for it. If so, put it in the comments. I'd love to learn. You may or may not know, you may have seen this, the information, or this may be the first video that you're seeing of mine. But I had a hip replacement in August 2024. It is now June 2025, so nearly a year ago. And I've had no end of problems. So I had a diagnosis of lumbar spondylosis a year before the hip replacement, and I've had 2 back flare-ups since I had the hip replacement. I'm just starting to come out of the other side of that back flare-up. So where are we? Thursday today. So this time last week is when it happened, and I've been flat on my back. Actually, I think it was 2 weeks ago. So I've been getting really frustrated because I've been really building myself up quite slowly at the gym with doing adductors, abductors, doing donkey kicks, and doing leg presses. And I've been building up the amount of weight that I use on the leg presses, and I got to the point where I was like, right, I'm going to take the weight right back down again, and I'm going to start with single leg work. And I don't know whether there were quite a few factors involved in the back flare-up, including lots of driving, a little bit of stress as well. So anyway, here I am at the point where I'm starting to be able to do upper body work, and I'm a little bit like, I'm not sure if it's the right time for me to start doing lower body work yet. I have been walking every day as well, which has really helped. And so I thought, you know, brain going, I'm really fortunate to have this room. And I've gone, oh, what if I pretend I'm on a leg press, I lie on my back in my studio and just push against the wall. And I'll tell you what, this is amazing. This is such a fabulous way to work your legs. Now, just so you know, this is an isometric hold, and the definition of an isometric exercise is when you contract your muscles without changing the length. So you're contracting the muscles without actually moving and not moving the joints. And this is great for building endurance. A very common one of these is the wall sit, where of course you sit with your back against the wall, so same angles, just that this would be the wall and that would be the floor, which is one that I would like to work up to. And of course the plank is a very common one as well, an isometric exercise that people tend to hold for a long period of time in order to build strength in their core. Now in this exercise, you're not going to be able to see when I'm actually doing the work. You might be able to see if you look carefully. But I mean, just lying like this, number one, it's going to support my back, and it does feel quite nice with a lower back. And what you're going to do in order to actually do the exercise is you're going to push both feet evenly into the ground and hold it for 10 seconds. Keep breathing normally while you're doing it. You'll feel the tension building in the glutes, in the hamstrings, in the quads and in the calves. And then let it go and stop for 10 seconds. And then push again for another 10 seconds. And I can really feel this working my legs. Like the quads are getting quite tired, which is an amazing feeling. And then stop. And I'm going to do it again just one more time, just so you can see. And I'll tell you what, doing this has actually made my back feel better, and I only did it yesterday, I only discovered this yesterday, and it made my back feel so much better, almost instantly. Lovely. Nice, okay, and then let it go, so if you are following along. So of course, like with anything, I always like to challenge and do single leg. So with single leg, you're going to keep one foot where it is, the other one, you can't see the rest of my leg, but my leg is straight, the hips are in line. It's basically like a pistol squat, and you're going to push into that one leg and hold it for 10 seconds. You can hold the other leg out straight, use it as an opportunity to do a hamstring stretch, and then you can swap legs. No need to take a rest. One leg is, make sure you've got a good grip on the wall. One leg is resting while the other one is working. Good, and hold it for 10 seconds. And then swap legs. Make sure you've got a good purchase on the wall before you start pushing. Make sure you're not on a slippery floor either, because you probably need to be on a mat or something, a yoga mat, in order to actually feel in contact and nice and stable on the floor. And one more time on the other side. I'm going to try and incorporate this into my exercise routine every day. As I say, I'm really fortunate I've got this room, and this is the room where I do my online classes on a Tuesday morning and a Thursday morning. So gentle yoga at 7:30 for half an hour, dumbbells at dawn, that's what I call it, it's not necessarily dawn, at 8:15 on a Tuesday and a Thursday for half an hour, and then foam rolling I do at 9 o'clock. And then you can also, if you'd like to, do some adductors and abductors in this position. Of course, your back is still supported. I'm looking for anything I can do at the moment that is not going to put my back under strain. So anything I can do that is still going to strengthen my legs, is still going to support my back, but is not going to put it under strain. Keeping your core strong is really important as well if you have got back issues, but also working those glutes is really important. And just bringing those legs out to the side and bringing them back up again. Yes, you can add resistance, so you can add resistance in the middle, or you can add a resistance band. Either way, you are still getting a workout in the glutes, even if you're doing this without any equipment. Now, if you have recently had a hip replacement, or if you have back issues, consult with your doctor before you start any exercise routine. And listen to your body. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to show you the options now with regards to a resistance band. So I've got one of these. It's a Beanax one, but Core Balance makes them as well. And then of course I have got 1,000,001 resistance bands. See if I can find one. I think there it is there. So for the insides of your thighs, if you use this device and pop these pads on the insides of the knees or the insides of the thighs, whichever bit feels the most comfortable. And again, you can do this lying on the floor, but because I've started this process on the wall, I'm going to show you how to do this on the wall as well. So I'm just going to do a bit of trouser management. Oh, and I've got my lunch down my t-shirt as well. So glamorous. Lovely. Okay, so insides of the thighs feel the most comfortable for me. I'm going to keep my feet together, support myself here, and then just squeeze those knees together and bring them out again. It's not very comfortable. I'll be trying to find a comfortable spot. Squeeze and open. Squeeze and open. Yeah, again, I think the inside of the knee is better. Oh yes. Squeeze and open. And this is not an isometric exercise because we're not just holding it there, but if you would like to turn it into an isometric exercise, what you can do is just hold the squeeze for 10 seconds. It's pretty tough, and then let it go. I'd say do it 3 times. So squeeze and hold, and I can feel the core's kicked in a bit there as well. The core's going, can I help? Lovely, let's do one more. I'm a sucker for punishment. Right, squeeze and hold. So we're holding it for 10 seconds. And 10. It's going to get rid of that. I love this thing. It's a really good piece of kit. Oh, I can feel the insides of my thighs. Definitely. Now we're going to go out. This is going to do the outsides of the glutes, whereas before we were doing the insides of the thighs. So we're going to put a resistance band, simple resistance band. These things are easy to get off the internet, nice and cheap, up above the knee. So you want it to be comfortable, so you don't want it to be rolling. So get it so that it's comfortable. Good. You're going to keep your feet together, and then you're going to open your knees out and hold it there for 10 seconds. This then makes it an isometric exercise. And close. And actually the way I've been doing this, just because it's more similar to how I do it at in the gym, and I might have to move the camera around a little bit for this and shot myself there. The way I've been doing this one is up against the wall, so sideways up against the wall, just don't want to hit myself on the bug, and then you lie on your back and then you do one leg at a time, so the other leg stays where it is. I don't know if you can see that. I'll just move the camera so you can see from here. That's better. You can see what I'm doing. Open that leg out and bring it back in again. So this is quite an easy band. So actually I'm just going to do the repetition so you can see. But if you were going to hold it, you could hold it there for 10 seconds. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and then bring it back in again. Swap around, do the other side so that I'm not wonky. I'll show you this from this side. Alright. Good. So the left leg is up against the wall, the feet are together, the right leg comes out and then comes back in again. That's not isometric, that's just a repetition. And actually this is the hip I had replaced, so this is the side that needs it more than the other side, it feels like. Okay, I'm going to have a go at doing the isometric version of it. So open and hold it. And 10, and then close it. I'm actually going to try that with a slightly heavier band because that one's very, very easy. I spotted a green one in here. I know this one's definitely heavier. And I think part of my rehab from this back flare up is going to have to be to do these again, because yeah, this is a heavier one. This is going to be tough. Okay, so my back is supported, the other leg is supported. I'm going to open and hold. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And come back in again. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And then close it back up again. That's good, that's really good. Of course, you can do another version of this. I'm giving you all sorts of camera angles here. Another version of this. I can get the camera away far enough. Take a bit of time to move this for you so you can see. Keep on shocking myself. Go. So what we can do here as well is we can do the leg press. So we can do the leg press and then we can bring the legs out. So we can bring those legs out and hold it there. That I can feel. It's really good. And then stop. Open, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. It's good. I like it. It's just so nice to be able to do something after being laid up with a sore back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Oof, I'm going to feel this tomorrow. So I went off on a little bit of a tangent here about resistance bands and things. But you get the idea. So there's a lot of different things you can do. I mean, I am really fortunate in that I have this room, which is my little studio at home, and it's got all the rubber mat and all of the equipment and everything in it, and I can come in here because I'm self-employed, and I can come and do exercise when I need to. So I'll make it a part of my daily routine, including going out walking every day, which is, you know, there's so much to be said for going out walking every day. Good for the mental health, good for the back, good for regulating blood sugar. So if you are trying to lose weight, go for a walk after each meal. It will help to regulate your blood sugar, and if your blood sugar is regulated, you're less likely to have those ups and downs and end up eating sweets and sweet things. So yes, I'm going to sign out now. I've probably talked way too much, and I hope that someone might find that helpful.